Hi Collective, welcome to my channel, Crystals, Tarot, and Shadow Work. Hi everyone. So this reading is intended for all of my light workers, my star seeds, also earth angels. So I'm calling you all here. I recently been reaching out to all of my star family, okay, and been asking for, more connections within the star seeds, light workers, earth angels to kind of come together and unite, right? And I know that I've been getting guided to a lot of you. It's very beautiful. Seeing us connect and everything. So I felt guided to do more readings, okay? So for this one, it's going to be collectively, for all of those. And if you're not one of those, but you are guided to this reading, then you're meant to see it as well. So know that, because we're very much, setting the path for the new earth here, okay? So I'm going to be doing more readings. I'm going to try to do more dailies now for my star seeds and kind of move around using different decks, getting different energies and things like that. Because I feel like we need a lot of help and guidance right now coming together and rising up. So it's very beautiful. And I was guided to this new deck, the Rose Oracle. So I'm going to be using that one to go along with the Starseed Oracle today, and also the Muse Tarot. So we're going to get some collective energies that are coming out. And as always, if you're not subscribed and you found this reading, then definitely you should, as you're guided to me. And you're probably a Starseed Lightworker or Earth Angel as well. I also wanted to tell you guys, there's a lot of us that are very much doing double missions that are Earth Angels and Starseeds, as I am one. Okay, and for the longest time, like, I was first awakened to being, a light worker, an earth angel, and then a star seed. A lot of us are star seeds that have many like paths that we came down. I can't even think of that word right now. Where we have many times, like, so some of us have been like, had a couple different life paths, where we've came down many incarnations, where we've been coming all over, right? So, alright guys, so I've already connected with my soul family, star family, right? So I'm kind of channeling right now, so if messages are coming in, I'm just going to feel just to give them as they come out. So if it's not making sense, just bear with me, because I feel all of this excitement. There's just so much excitement coming through. It's like a lot of anticipation and excitement, and just like floods of happiness, right? I don't know if it's because we just went through the eclipse cycles and major portals opened up, and a lot of those energies coming through and we're feeling all of those, or it's because I'm just connecting so much with so many of my star family now, because I was kind of feeling lost for a little while, getting trapped into the 3D matrix and into this world, which a lot of us do, because we have to transmute a lot of energies, and we're these bright beacons of light that very much we attract a lot of darkness, right? And we have to remember how to release that energy and let it go, and not let us consume us too much where it dims our light and it brings us down. So, so anyways, there's been a lot of life changes and stuff for a lot of us, getting geographically moved around and things like that. So a lot of you could be moving or feeling called to take vacations and things like that. If you are, you definitely need to go, okay? Whatever you're feeling guided to at this time, because a lot of us are moving around and we're helping with the ley lines, right? Anchoring our energies. There's so much more that's going on than you're even aware of, just by simply being here and being a beacon of light every day. But the more that you're feeling called to do, places to go, things like that, a lot of you very much are just healers by people seeing your smiles, right? Or, by your touch. A lot of you are like healers by physically touching and things like that. But a lot of you are heart healers and things like that. There's many different abilities that could be coming out of this time, psychic abilities, and things like that. So definitely be aware of that, and I'm getting very strongly to protect your energy, find ways to cleanse your energy, right? Palo Santo, sage, you need to get your water source. It's very beneficial and can help. And even if you can't, just taking a shower, cleansing yourself. And as always, you can ask for that bright white light to come in. Envision a white light surrounding you, and that works as a form of protection as well. But strongest one for me is the crystals, working with those. Okay. So I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys, sorry if you hear my children in the background, as it is summertime and I'm moving around. I felt called to do a reading out here in my dining room by more of my crystals and things like that. So I'm going to be doing Readings different places. I'm also feeling called to do some outside too. So if you hear, stuff in the background and all of that, just know that it's summer. Okay, so all right. Let's see what other energies are coming through here within the oracle, and then we'll get into the tarot and we'll see here. All right, stars. Messages to my stars, so you need to know at this time. Okay, so we got longing for home, homesick for the stars. That's been coming out very strongly too. And maybe that's why I'm feeling more and more called to starting back up my starseed readings. And I've been meditating and asking, collectively for us to come together and really help each other with this rising up, because especially it's kind of like we're going through like a spiritual warfare right now, right? There's a lot of, sadness and destruction, all that, surging through the planet. So, we're transmuting this stuff and we're absorbing a lot of this stuff, and it's really bringing us down. So, a lot of us are just maybe getting to the point where we're feeling like we just want to give up. We just want to let go, and I know that I've been there. So a lot of us, don't realize that we're just longing to go home or homesick for the stars and things like that. You may find that you're stargazing a lot or looking up to the clouds, those are all signs of that. A lot of you very much, we have empathic starseed coming out, so a lot of you, are simply just absorbing what's not yours. Remember, that's part of, our mission here, absorbing what's not us, transmitting the energy. So you have to be very careful to really release those energies, times that you're feeling depressed and down and out and things like that. Know that you need to find ways to release that and let that go. Like I was saying, if you can get out in nature, if you can find ways to get by water source, crystals, things like that, or just simply by saying, I have to do this daily, where I say I release the energy that's not mine. All right, so as you see, we got wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. Okay, so if you feel like you're at a place where you're not able to do enough, like I told you, a lot of us are being called right now to move around geographically and move things around. There's a lot of big changes that are being happening yet. A lot of things are coming together. So you're being called to be patient as well. Let's see, and then change is coming. Okay, let's pull some more with the rose gold. These are more of the star seeds. So big picture thinking, we've got Pleiades energies. We got some Pleiades star seeds here. And then also, I believe the Octarians, we've got the blue flames, spontaneous awakening, activations, integration, and time. So a lot of you could recently be getting awakened to these gifts. All right, guys. So the empathic starseed, I felt to give you guys more of a description of that, because I feel like I'm connecting with a lot of those. So empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond that, right? So I'm getting this strong energy. It sounds like I'm not doing enough. I don't like this waiting. I don't feel like I'm doing enough. So this is definitely for you. So due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in the physical body. Many are prone to addictions and depression and tend to mistake their own feelings and moods of their own, right? So they're naturally introverted. That's why you might feel like you just feel better staying at home and, away from people and stuff like that. Crowds can be very, very overwhelming. Something that I've noticed too is like if I go into a store that is like a secondhand shop or something where there's, been, things reused, like it's way too overwhelming for me, because I really feel just all the energies of everything at one time. And it's extremely overwhelming to me. So I have to just get out very quickly. So I've realized times like that I have to go into shops like that and stores like that. I definitely have to bring crystals to protect my energy. So black obsidian, black onyx, and things like that. I've found that have worked for me. So I feel that is a message to give for somebody. All right. So you may prefer to be alone and stuff, and that can then in turn get you down, because then it makes you feel like you're kind of being like a loner, and you have these feelings like, why don't I want to be around other people? And especially like if you have events and things, like I've got 4 children and stuff, so always like when they have events that they want to go to and I have to go be around all those energies, especially like within one room, it can be very, very intense. So I felt to tell you, finding ways to use crystals and things like that can be very helpful. All right, so also this card appears So do not put too much pressure on yourself to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time for you to recover energetically. Finding time by yourself definitely helps you replenish your energy. All right. So that was the message that I was getting across with empathetic. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong. Guys, I feel like somebody really feels like they're pathetic. And that's why I keep saying pathetic, but it's not. It's empathic, okay? All right, so maybe that's, it's what somebody needed to hear right now. Okay, so the blue flame, it talks about spontaneous awakenings. Like, a lot of you are going to be getting activations, like you're set at certain times within your life's journeys here to be activated, to be awakened. And at this time, we're all being activated. If you have not, is what I feel very strongly. Now that we're in Age of Aquarius, like, it's time for everybody to wake up, right? A lot of times your activations happen around the time you're 30. Okay, because a lot of times, it doesn't want to be too overwhelming and too much, and you have to go through those life experiences through childhood and things like that to kind of prepare you and get you ready for your missions. But there are times for these awakenings, and a lot of these energetic codes that have been coming in are very much activating a lot of us. So, extreme awakenings are happening all over the planet. I kind of feel like a lot of them are early, because just traumatic events have been happening within the world, that it's time for everybody to rise up and start, coming together and all of that. So anyways, we have a lot of energies here. A lot of our soul family, our star family, the galactical realm are here helping. A lot of times they're coming through dreams too, so be careful and pay attention to your dreams, even if they're daydreams or dreams at night, because you're getting a lot of guidance and things like that through them. All right, so the blue beings are thought to be activating beings. They're helping upgrade our cellular structure. Extreme awakenings, many people glamorize the awakening process. Although it can be very painful, you can go through a lot of different emotions and feelings, and you're questioning your life purpose and your path. You may go through feelings where, when you have these awakenings, that just you completely decide to get rid of all the people in your life, basically, like letting go of all of your old friends and relationships, and it's like you want all new and things like that. And that's completely normal, because a lot of times when we've been not in our energy, right? We've been in the energy where we're attracting what we're supposed to be healing. We have been surrounding ourselves with those energies for so long. We have to disconnect, cut the cords, and let all of those go. And then your next higher level soul family and friends and all of that come in. So, if that's happening, that's why, it can be very depressing when you go through these awakenings, because it's like you kind of isolate for a little while, and you let go of a lot of these energies and peoples and situations. It could be jobs, it could be moving, and a lot of times you get a lot of help too, like divine guidance. A lot of times source steps in and causes things to happen to cause you to make movements, right? So it's easier just to go with the flow and accept that things are happening for a reason. Okay, so give yourself time to grow and change. Look forward to the new changes. Know that a lot of you could be in a transitioning time. Okay, so that's what I'm getting with the star seeds. Yep, and then again, very strongly weight. We could have I'm seeing the Minnetonka card too, so we could be having the Minnetonkins form of star seeds. There's so many different kinds, guys. I've been starting to research all the different types of star seeds, and I'm going to be putting together more videos, because like I told you, for the longest time, I was trying to figure out what I was, and then I realized that I've had a couple different incarnations of a couple different lines of star seeds, so I still don't fully know what I am, but I wanted to put together a video to help the star seeds. I guess I'm feeling called to that as well, so that will be another one. So if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, again, you definitely should, so you'll get the notifications on when I do those uploads, right? And always feel to watch whatever you feel called to, because I do specific videos for my Starseeds, Lightworkers, Earth Angels, but I'm kind of integrating them, because like I said, some of us are here on double missions or both. And two, we're setting the paths and the flows for everybody. Also, most of us are also on the twin flame journey, so you can definitely look at the twin flame readings, but whatever you feel guided to. Like, I started rolling out Saturn retrograde readings, and if you feel called to look at whatever signs are within your birth chart, look at them, or I'm going to be doing some starseed ones as well. Alright, so let's get some more starseed guided messages here. from Source, Galactica, Mr. Family, for messages here. And this is from the new deck that I felt guided to get, so I feel these are going to be very strong messages that are coming out. The Rose Gold. Lineage of the Rose, moved by the goddess, here for this, soul calling and gather. See, wasn't I telling you, like, I'm feeling called to gather, to do these videos that, you know, you guys are going to be guided to them. That's how Source takes care of things. So if you are guided to this reading, then you are meant to gather and come together. All right, we're going to get one more. I like to keep even numbers. I don't know. I like to pull like 4 or 6 cards. We got the Holy Grail. Stop the endless searching and the inner quest. Beautiful. So each of these have, you know, more description meanings. And of course, since I just got this deck, I don't know, you know, what each of them are going to say. But we'll definitely take a look within the book and find out more. Alright guys, sorry about the interruptions here. I want to tell you guys too, if it ever does get like a video gets corrupted where at the end of the video like it just pauses, the audio will keep going. It used to do that with my old cam. I'm not sure if it does it with my new one because I upload them either way now because, you know, when I get channel messages, I feel like they're not mine to discern whether or not it's going to get uploaded because they know that pretty much I record them, I upload them, okay? But especially with summer and I have to stop for interruptions and things like that. Okay, well anyways, so I looked up each of the cards, so we'll save us a little bit of time here. Okay, so the first one, the Rose of Venus, talks about alignments, the right relationships, and harmony. Okay, so I won't get into the description of the cards. I just want to give you the messages that come across with them. Okay, so the sacred order to all things. Nature holds the codes of life, and as a part of nature, you do too. There are intelligent forces governing all life, and the same forces that tell a flower when to bloom. On this planet, it spins that it exists within you. So our tendency to overanalyze and overthink can get us out of alignment, okay? So this card is an invitation to look to anything that doesn't feel like it's in alignment, and a reminder to trust in the tapestry of your life and that you are ever-changing nature, okay? So, you know, there's definitely alignment and flow and harmony, and you're really going to be able to feel and discern when things feel out of harmony and out of balance for you, okay? So that's a message of that. Really trust what you're feeling at this time, and especially if you're in a time where you're needing to wait and have some patience, okay? So next we'll look at the child within. And I do have to learn this book because actually I'm just going to go as I find them in the books. I'm not looking up to it because they are not numbered at all. And I found it right away, but here we go. So the child within talks about inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness. Okay, so we all have a child within us, and at some point it went into exile because we were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. A lot of us had traumatic childhoods and things like that, which we're meant to because we've been working through, you know, karma. A lot of us have been clearing out karmic cycles and patterns through our ancestry lines and just ending a lot of situations, you know, that are even so much more than just for us within our life to take on, right? So anyway, so a lot of us, you know, took our inner child and locked it up somewhere safe where it's like, you can't hurt me anymore and that sort of thing. So, and no matter how much we've grown as when we were adults, that hurt or trigger, you know, the hurt can be triggered, and it's normal to regress to the age and feel overwhelmed by original emotions. Like if you may find that sometimes the littlest things will upset you and make you cry, and a lot of times it's because you have deep-rooted emotions that you're holding on from childhood and things like that. So you really need to work on releasing those energies and telling yourself, like, you got you now. You know that no one can hurt you now, and just releasing and basically just letting go of any of the things that you could be holding on to from childhood. So if you have anger and sadness and things like from family members or friends or things that happened to you, you need to basically tell yourself, like, it's okay now, right? It's okay to feel those emotions, to release and let them go, that you've healed from that now. You're in charge of your own life now. You're not going to be hurt like that anymore. Like basically you got you, but it's like you have to give yourself permission to release those emotions and feelings and let them go. And a lot of you, you know, just by understanding that, you know, it's so much more. It had nothing to do with you. It had to do with the mission. It had to do with It's clearing out things, right? Okay. So we have that. The next one is Rose Without Thorns. So you have the right to your joy, peace, and sweetness to life. So the Rose Without Thorns wants you to take every ounce of it and right now to celebrate and lose yourself in the sweetness of life. This is a rare moment in time of deep peace and enjoyment. You're being called to taste all of that has to offer. You deserve every drop. You've worked for this moment. Embrace it and now be open to it. You know, because I've been getting a lot in my readings too that it's like a lot of you guys are like missing blessings and abundance that are coming your way. And I don't know if it's because some of you, I've been seeing you to walk away from certain situations and people that are kind of blocking and taking those. I've actually been seeing the Wheel of Fortune coming up reversed. You guys, that's people straight up like sabotaging and stealing from you and taking your blessings. All right, so you need to be careful if, you know, people are taking away from your sweetness and the things that, you know, that you deserve to have, even if it's your peace and things like that. Some of you are just very strongly need to put up boundaries, right? Okay. Next time, moving on, we got, so the Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning and teaching. So this represents the great mysteries that are available to us to uncover and remember, secrets that are waiting to be found, teachings that your soul might be ready to learn. Look beyond what your eyes can see and dig a little deeper. You're here to uncover lost wisdom, ancient secrets, and deep mysteries. Are you being called to study the great mysteries? You may be. Okay. So we have Trust the Seasons as well. And that was the first card that came out when I was just connecting with all of your energies before I specifically drew from the deck. So this was like one of the first cards that came out. So embracing changes, cycles of life, transition, and growth here. So the more we resist change, the further away we are from who we are becoming. When we embrace change, we embrace life, nature, and are forever becoming. Okay, so the more we try to control things and keep them the same, the further away from the flow of our lives we go. You have to be able to embrace change, even though change can be scary, okay, because we don't often know. A lot of times we get stuck in patterns and routines and we try to stick and go down the safe path, especially if we've been in situations where, you know, we've went through a lot of hurt and heartache. Like I've been told I need to integrate more of my own stories, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about me. Like I got to where I was homeless and I lost my home for like 6 months and I had all my children with me and, you know, I always had a safe place for us to stay every night. It was a very scary experience, you know, and because I went through an experience like that, it shaped me. Like it made me where I latched on to people for security and I stayed in situations for far too long because I was afraid of that ever happening again. I stayed in safe zones. I was in a very abusive relationship too, so I settled for somebody that I did not think would be abusive, that would, you know, kind of, I felt was like the safe choice. And then I also felt that I would never be homeless again, that I'd be very secure and stable. And I kind of felt like it was the right thing to do, and then I got stuck in that pattern for a long time. You know, and it ended up being far worse than the one I was previously in, you know, and because you don't realize, you know, when you stick to like complacentness and stuff, like I felt like my soul was dying inside, like I wasn't living my passions and my dreams, and I was very trapped and stuck, and, you know, it really took a toll on me. I felt like I didn't want to be here anymore. Like it was a very hard time, and I finally got to an energy where, you know, I was like, you know what, I gotta live life for me. I don't care about, you know, if I lose my home. I don't care if I just finally got to the place like I'm not gonna let it, like of course I care, but I wasn't gonna let it scare me anymore. I knew that I needed to stand up to that. I knew that I needed to find another way. I turned and I went to Source and the Divine for help, you know, and they helped me. They guided me right out of that situation. You know, right to knowing that you're never alone and all of that help is always available to you. You're never truly stuck in a situation. You always have the power to get out of that situation. So don't ever hang on to something for security and stability. And, you know, even though you may feel like it's a safe choice, like you'll know, you got to listen to that intuition. Like all along, like I knew that it was wrong, you know, and especially if you're like, in a situation or even a job where you just feel like you are just not serving your mission, like it's draining, it's very sad, you're feeling like you're just not living your life, that's because you're not. You're being called to go after your passions and the things that do light you up. And, you know, so I don't know, that was a message I felt to give for somebody there. So don't get stuck in those familiar routine things, even if you have children involved, you know. It was one of the best things that I did getting out of the situation, you know, so. All right, so it was a message for somebody. Okay, so we are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, and living in conditions. Living in connections. So this card is an invitation to develop a deeper connection with Earth, to actively spend time with the physical nature world around you. So definitely, guys, earthing, getting outdoors, walking barefoot, connecting with Mother Gaia, that's really going to help you also get rid of toxins and things like that. You can get enlightenment too, tree wisdom, things like that, being out in nature. You may notice the changing seasons around you and within you. Remember that you too are part of the Earth's ever-changing landscape. To remember that you will always find your true nature out in nature. So it's very beautiful. So embrace your body at home, and I'm hearing too, like if you can do things within your home, getting plants and things like that, bringing more earth tones in. Like more maybe real wood furniture, things like that are also going to be beneficial for you. Okay. All right, guys, that was all of them. So I went out of order. So, yeah, so we went through all of them. So those were the messages that I had. So now we will take a look at the tarot. All right. So keep in mind there's many different flows to the starseeds. Right? And within the readings, I can be talking about a situation that is playing out for you right now, or it can be talking about giving you future guidance or giving you clarity to a situation that already played out for you. So you have to just take how you're feeling, you know, the readings and the messages, especially when we're doing this collectively as a whole, right? All right, Source. So we're taking a look into the starseed energies. What's going on? Starseeds, Lightworkers, Earth Angels, whoever this guy is this reading, what's going on? Okay, I'm going to pull out all the cards and then I'll get into telling you what I see. So we got the Fool, 5 of Voices, 6 of Emotions, 2 of Voices, 6 of Voices. So there's a lot of communication here and a lot of emotions. So far it's like emotions, voices. 5 of Emotions, okay. 2 of Inspiration, there's a fire, and Ace of Emotions, okay. And the Chariot on the bottom. Alright guys, so definitely this is like a very emotional time, a lot of emotions and feelings and expressings and communications. You know, the voices represent the Cups in the Standard Tarot, and the emotions represent the Cups in the Standard Tarot, and then the voices represent swords, like the air. And communication. All right, Inspiration is fire, and we don't have any of the Pentacles, which is the materials in this deck. So that's very beautiful because it means that definitely you detached from the 3D. That's beautiful. So you're not being driven by the 3D matrix of material possessions and money. You're not letting that control you anymore, and that is so beautiful because that means you're very much getting into your spirituality. You're very much in touch with your soul, right? And you're living your life for your soul's calling, or you're going to be, because it really looks like you do not see any of the materials. Like, that's not even a focus for you anymore. It's very beautiful. You have a new beginning here with the Full energy. This is how it's starting. So there's a new beginning here, right? And we have the 5 of Voices. That's 5. The 5 of Swords, so that's where there's conflict and battle, and because within your mind, this is where you're doing a lot of, like, should I pursue this, should I not, am I going to go after this, am I going to leave this person, am I not, because I do see the 5 of Emotions below that, and that's like the 5 of Cups, that's the breakup, that's the letting go, that's ending relationships and situations. So for some of you, like, you doing that too, it's going to require arguing and conflict and things like that, because that's ending situations and letting go of people, right? So we got the Six of Emotions too, which is so beautiful because that is like the Six of Cups, which that is talks about past life lovers, soulmates, things like that. There may have been certain people on your mind that you just have not been able to let go of. When you have certain people that you constantly think about that you cannot let go of, like it's embedded for a reason. There's a reason behind it. Your soul is calling for them. You probably have some sort of soul contract or something like that that was meant to play out. Or maybe you needed to get closure in a situation because it could have been impacting you. But when that comes up, it's bringing something back from the past. And something that I felt to just tell you guys is that you need to be careful if you're holding on to energies where you need to have closure and you have not. Like, it's not healthy to get into a new relationship or a connection holding on to a past lover. Like, if you keep a place in your heart open for a past lover and you're going to a new situation, like, well, if this doesn't work out, I can go back to my ex or whatever. Pursue. Like, you're fully not putting yourself in that new relationship. It's not fair to the new partner you're trying with, and also you're fully going to not be putting yourself in. You're going to be causing sabotage, and you're also probably going to be attracting in a new relationship all the flaws that you had in the past. So in fact, you're actually just attracting another karmic relationship in situations, because a lot of times when you were struggling, you are attracting your flaws. So if you do need to come to a place where you need to let go, you know, you're probably attracting another lesson, right? You're probably not attracting like a divine, things like that. Okay, like I said, if that's not yours, leave it out. This is a general collective reading. So, Six of Emotions, past. People coming back from the past. So like I said, it's up to you to discern whether or not this is, you need to close out, you know, and get closure, or is this a past lover? Because sometimes soulmates do come into contact with us, and when we're not ready for them, like the twins, they are pushed aside. It's like you repel each other until you're ready. But that's where you really need to trust your intuition and your guidance at this time. Okay, so we've got the Two of Voices, right? All right, so definitely that's like the Two of Swords, right? You're not wanting to feel any more heartache. And you know, like that's a standard thing that starts with, like, we're here to spread love and light, right? So we don't want to, you know, hurt people. We find it very difficult sometimes to express our emotions and feelings, especially when it has to do with endings and letting go. But a decision needs to be made here. The twos are about communication, decisions. You definitely need to communicate something and make a decision. Head over heart. You really need to trust your heart space. That's where your soul, you know, is open. You need to listen to that. Okay. Then we've got the Six of Voices. So beautiful. So that's your movement. That's where you're moving away from situations and people. You're letting go. You're letting go of those troubling people. You're walking away, so it looks like you're making the right decisions here. See, it's right next to the breakup card here. So, you know, definitely some people are moving away. Seeing again with the Chariot, some people are getting in, making physical movement. This is like some of you are changing homes, jobs, letting go, packing up, finally like, that's it, I've had enough, I'm walking away, I'm ending this. You know, you're feeling very called to do that. Two of Fire. So the Two of Wands, some of you are definitely headed down a whole new path, a whole new direction. And you're doing it for new relationships. You're doing it for divine love. This reading is ending with the Ace of Emotions, which is the Ace of Cups. So very beautiful. That's you walking away from these people, these situations. You're finally fully, you know, in your emotions and feelings. So like I was getting in the beginning of the reading to tell people, like, if you're in a situation due to complacency, due to security, if you're in a relationship where you have codependency, you know, where you have shared resources, home, car, family, kids, all of that, and that's what's holding you in this situation, but love is not there anymore, you feel like love is in your heart for someone else, and you're feeling very called to make decisions and movements right now, this is your story, because that is what's going on here. Ace of Emotions, so you're going after your heart's calling, your soul's calling. For some of you, you may not even have a specific person out there, but what it is you're loving yourself right now, and you're pouring all that love into you, and you're making such empowered decisions for yourself right now. You're headed off towards your best life. You're headed off towards your soul's calling, and you are going to be attracting the love that you very much desire, that you're pouring into yourself. All right, so that is so beautiful. All right, my light workers and star seeds, earth angels, everybody that watches this reading, thank you so much. Definitely let me know if this reading resonated. Comment below. Always feel free to like, share, subscribe. I do love all of my new subscribers. You guys are helping my channel grow. I'm very close to being able to open up my community tab, which I'm very excited about, because I will be posting all sorts of inspirational stuff on the community tab when I got that available. So definitely, if you are guided to me as a reader, subscribe, help me grow, watch whatever you feel guided towards. And as always, love and light to you all. Good luck with your journeys, guys. Bye.